boy Chef Reed. We back with another video. Let me thank everybody that commented, liked, subscribed, shared that last video, man. You know we're gonna keep getting bigger, and I appreciate all of y'all. Love y'all. This week I'm excited, man. We got a nice sports weekend. We got college championship of football. We got crazy boxing matches. My boy Tank Davis. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to be watching that fight tonight. And then tomorrow we got some football going on, baby, before we get into these playoffs. All right? We're going to do some steaks. We got some New York strips, all right? Everybody, let me just tell you this real quick. All right? If you follow my channel, you're going to be cooking good steaks. People ain't coming over your house and like, you follow Chef Reed, right, and you hand them some trash steak, all right? I'm going to show you guys what you need for a good steak. We got our New York strips. Gotta have the cast iron. You gotta have the cast iron. And we're not coming with no crazy seasonings. We got coarse pepper, ground salt, and we're going to go with some garlic powder. That's all you need. Then we're going to base it with some butter, some garlic, and some fresh rosemary, okay? We're going to get into this. I'm going to show you guys how to do a good steak, and we're going to have a good weekend, all right? But firstly, you know what we got to do. We got some icy light. We're going to take a drink and get into this video, baby. All right, y'all, look. We got this New York strip here, okay? This is what we're going to do. We're just going to hit it with salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder. Like I said, you don't got to go crazy with this. If you cook it right, it's going to have good flavor, okay? So, firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my salt. I'm going to crack a little bit over top of there, pat it in just a little bit. Then I'm gonna come with a little bit of pepper, grind that up over top of it. Okay, pat that in, and I'm gonna take that garlic powder. All right, we're gonna put a nice little dusting over the top of there, and we're gonna do the same thing for the back side, okay? Flip that over, I'll hit it with my pepper first, whatever. And then we're gonna come with our salt. And then go with our garlic powder. Now hold on, I'm gonna hit you guys with a crazy trick. Check this out. Your fat is what holds all that flavor in there, okay? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna sear this fat up, get it to render up first thing first when we throw it in this cast iron, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of salt. Look, we got some here. We'll just put some down on our cutting board, okay? And then we're gonna put a little bit of pepper down on our cutting board. Get it going. And then we're gonna do our garlic powder right down on the cutting board, okay? Now mix that up. Take your fat side and roll it right in there, okay? Because whenever we sear this, we want all that flavor from that fat to be rendered down with that salt, garlic powder, and the pepper. And then what we're gonna do is flip it over, sear our sides, and we'll get a nice, I like to have it medium, so that's what we'll get this to, okay? All right, y'all, so we got our butter in here, we melted it down. What we're gonna do is take our steak, and we're gonna put it in there, and you get a nice little crisping up sound. And we're gonna let that fat render down nice and easy, okay? You don't got to go too fast with steak. That's what people go wrong. They're trying to cook it too fast, and then your internal isn't what it needs to be, all right? So we're gonna let this fat cook on down, let it sit right on that heat, and it's gonna add some flavor to our cast iron skillet, okay? All right, y'all, now we got that fat all rendered up. It's looking good. What we're gonna do is get our sear on both sides, set that down, and usually I like to do about maybe a minute and a half on each side. That's just how I like it. I know people like it a little bit more rare, but that's just how I eat it, okay? So we're gonna do a minute and a half on each side, and I'll show you how we're gonna baste this up. All right, y'all, so we got this butter here. We're gonna take our rosemary, I crack it, just give it a little bit more flavor. We get that butter all melted up. Okay. Got that garlic in there. And what you want to do is you want to take that butter, you're going to lean this, take that butter and start basting your steak, okay?
fast. You don't play around with it, all right? All right, and this bad boy is almost done. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this thing off, set it on a cutting board, and I'm gonna let it rest because it's gonna keep cooking because it's so hot.
All right, y'all. So we got the steak. I let it rest for about 5-10 minutes because let it cool down. It keeps the juice in there and keeps it tender. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is gonna cut this and I'm gonna show you the cross section. All right. So this is just how I like my steak. That's a nice medium. It looks real good. It's super juicy. And this is how I do it. I cut it nice small sections. I take a little bit of salt. I throw it on there. Look at that. That's a good piece of steak right there. And the only thing left to do it's super tender. Cooking that fat first helps all the juice from that steak sit in that cast iron, and then you throw that rosemary in there, you throw that garlic in there, you start basting it, and it puts so much flavor into that steak. That's good. That's good steak. I love it. Like I said, what we're about to do, cut into these steaks. We're gonna get into this football game. We're gonna get into this boxing match, man. I'm super excited. And one thing I did want to do before I cut out of this video is prayers for Damar Hamlin, man. There's been good news all this week. They took the breathing tube out. They also got him to talk to his team, got him to talk to his family. His GoFundMe is going crazy, man. And that's awesome to see all the unity in the world. And I'm actually super, super happy. It was a tragic event, but hopefully he can come out of this and he be stronger, better, and even better player out here on that football field, okay? But you guys have a good weekend. Thank you for watching. And you know, Chef Reed will be back next week with another video.